Welcome to the Marriage Be Like podcast. We're your hosts, Kenny
and Kenya.
And we are so glad that you are joining us today. Listen, this podcast is here to discuss love and relationships, life topics, and how to navigate through it all.
Disclaimer, we are not specialists or counselors or professionals in these fields. We are a married couple who's got 27 years of life experiences under our belt. We hope to open some discussions, build communication, and plant some seeds. So sit back, enjoy, and let's have a conversation and grow together. Welcome back. Today we are discussing working together in business.
Yes.
So if you have a business, if you have a family business more specifically,
Right.
This episode is for you.
That's right. That's right. So before we go into that,
yes,
right, we want to introduce a segment. We're going to have a couple segments here with everything that we do. And this right here, What I Love About You. That's what it's going to be called, What I Love About You. And man, we're going to do this every week.
Okay.
Every week. And you got to come up with something different. Now, we encourage you as you are going through your marriage and trying to find new ways to kind of brighten up that marriage, right? Find or share with your spouse what I love about you. Now, it's got to be something new every time.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
To be able to, make it different.
Right. So
keep it interesting.
So you want to go first?
You go first.
You go first? Okay.
Yes. I've only got the one thing today. I'm not giving several.
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
One thing.
All right, just making sure we're on the same page. Okay, so what I love about you is that let me see, what was it? No.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Gotcha. What I love about you is that you're silly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I'll explain. For me, I know I've always been silly. Everyone doesn't know that, but I've always known that. So the thing about being silly is I don't always have serious moments, and even serious moments tend to still be silly for me.
Okay.
So having a partner, having a spouse that can understand my silliness would have to be silly as well.
Yes.
So then I'm glad. But that was one of the first things I saw about you.
Okay. All right. So I'm silly.
Yes.
Okay. I like being silly. I like having fun.
I like you being silly too.
Yeah. So anyway.
It's quite an attraction.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, for you.
Yes.
All right. So is it my turn now?
It's your turn. I'm done.
Oh, you're done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that this is no secret to you.
Okay.
Right? The very first thing that I fell in love with.
Oh, you went with the first thing too. Okay.
This is the first time we're doing this segment.
You're right. So then we both went with the first. Got you. I'm with you.
Why not? So the very first thing I fell in love with was your smile.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, I know that. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, and I can remember to this day the very first time I saw it and how it. Now you don't like the experience was not the greatest for you. Right. And we're not, and I'm going to spare you. I'm going to spare
the details.
The details on that one. All right. But your smile just
stuck with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
So it is your smile. And I love seeing it every day. And if I don't see it, then,
everybody's wondering what's wrong.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah. Yeah. We've got to fix that. Right? We've got to fix that. So if she's not smiling, there's a problem, and we've got to figure that out. Because you walk around with a perpetual smile on your face,
and that's what I hear. Yeah, I don't notice it necessarily though. But that's what I hear. And at this point, I'm just gonna believe it because people keep saying that. It
is a perpetual smile. It never leaves. So anyway, that's what I love about you. Listen, we want to encourage you. Yes. We want to encourage you. Now, we're going to do this again next week.
Yes.
All right. And it's got to be something different. In fact, we probably need to make notes of what it is so that we don't repeat it, right? Because I'm going to remember what you say, right? But listen, all we really want to do is just encourage us all to try to figure out what it is that we love about each other. And then maybe
we figure out. Also remind ourselves, because sometimes in marriage, what you remembered in the beginning, you don't remember today.
That's right. And that's what I was going to say, because sometimes, or maybe not remember.
Changes too.
Maybe that we forgot, but maybe there is something that was just underlying that we didn't even know
Could be.
that
Mhm.
impressed us about each other. So, and because we're doing this every week, it's going to cause us to have to dig.
Yes, yes. I
It's
don't
going to
mind the
cause
dig.
us. Yeah. So you're ready to dig.
I don't mind the dig.
You don't mind the dig?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's all right.
All right. So y'all heard that first. She don't mind the dig. All right. So you best to dig.
Okay.
All right.
I
You
got
best
you.
because I'm finna dig.
Oh Lord. I got you. I got you.
All right. So let's talk about
Yeah.
our segment today. I mean, not the segment,
No,
but
we just did our
we
segment.
did our segment. Let's talk about the topic today.
In business, working in business together.
Marriage be like working in business together.
Yes.
Yes. So what does that mean? What does that mean? And how
All
does
right.
that apply to us?
So first off, if you don't know, we have a business.
Right. Okay.
So our business is Green Tree Management, and it is our mother company to Green Room Entertainment,
Mhm.
the Emerald Nook, and Good Green Things.
Yes.
So
yes.
to explain all of those things, you've got Green Room Entertainment, which is basically a media production company.
That's right.
So you can kind of see what we're doing here.
Yes.
Media production company. And then the Emerald Nook is a intimate event center. So for small parties, small gatherings, anything if you don't want it wide, but you also don't want it at your house.
Right.
Nice little spot, nice little intimate place. So
Yes.
intimate event center. And then we have Good Green Things. Now all of these are services, but we have Good Green Things that is basically our e-commerce.
Right. That's her e-commerce. That's her thing. I don't do
Yes,
that.
I like to sell things online.
Yes. So we let her do that. We let her do that. Now, all right. So
Yeah.
all right. So we've been doing this. Now you've done Good Green Things much longer than we have done.
Well, not too much longer. I actually started that same year, so it's 4 years
Okay.
this year. 4 years in February next month.
Okay. All right. All right. So 4 years in February for Good Green Things, and then 4 years in
May for Green Room Entertainment.
Green Room Entertainment. Green Room Entertainment. Okay.
Now the Emerald Nook started a year and a half ago when we actually opened our doors for Green Room Entertainment, when we opened our studio.
Yes.
And then we also opened the Emerald Nook, which is the suite next door.
Yes.
So we opened them together. Had a nice big festival outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Live
kinda cool.
music.
Live music out in the
Yeah.
parking
I
lot,
got a
food
big
truck.
food truck. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was fun. That was fun.
Taking pictures and listening to music, playing games.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
pretty fun.
So yeah. All right. So we did Green Room Entertainment out of our home
Yes,
for a
initially.
long while, and
Of our living room, to be specific.
yes, yes, and that was rough, right?
It was
Because
rough.
when
That was
you
rough.
start a business, right, you have to invest
Yes.
in equipment and gear. With Green Room Entertainment, there's a lot of production equipment,
Yes.
cameras and speakers, and because we do live sound, right? So we've got speakers and microphones and all kinds of stuff, and it just took up.
Yeah. That family business took up my family home, and I was not pleased.
Yeah, yeah,
I was not pleased.
yeah. It didn't bother me much.
Yeah, I need things neat and in order, and it was not that.
So wait. If I say that it didn't bother me that much, are you saying then that
Take
I'm
it how
not
you
neat?
will, sir. Take it how you will. Take it how you will.
Yeah,
I just know for me.
I might have walked into that one.
Yeah, you did. For me, we needed a place to put our studio.
I might have walked into that one. Okay. All right.
I was trying not to let you, but since you went there, I'm gonna let you hang out there and go on to say it. It's all right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. See, she'll let me hang out. She'll let me hang myself out to dry. That's what you're gonna do.
Not necessarily all the time, but this time you was already too far gone, so I just let you.
Okay.
That's all right.
Help me out. Help me
So
out.
we started pretty much all of our businesses during COVID.
Yeah.
So that was different. That was challenging.
Yes.
Stepping out into business can be a lot of things.
Mhm.
Especially as an entrepreneur, you don't know what's to come. You just know what you want to do.
That's right.
You know what you kind of plan to do and what you even research, but you don't necessarily know how it's directly going to go. Mapping it out, and so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
what were your first thoughts about going into business as a family?
Well, I want to back up.
Okay, go ahead, back up.
And what I mean by back up, I mean I could have done many things.
Yes.
Over the years, there are many things. I'm pretty smart, y'all.
Yes, you are, babe.
And so, I'm sorry. I was waiting. I wanted to see how you react to that.
Yeah.
I was waiting to say that.
Thankfully, we're on camera.
Yeah. Um, but there were a lot of things that I could have done. I mean, I could have gone into bookkeeping, and had a bookkeeping business out of the home because I studied accounting in college, and then I started repairing phone screens. I mean,
Yeah, it was
and
a pretty good business from the house there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and several of my friends, particularly those
side
who,
hustle.
yeah, particularly those who really appreciated what I did for them. They, man, why aren't you doing this full time? But the biggest thing for me was I was really afraid to launch out and do that. I was afraid to drop everything and launch out and do a business that I didn't know what to expect out of it.
Yes,
Right.
it's a little scary, I think.
It's
Yeah.
scary, but I'm gonna tell you what scared me the most was being the provider
Mm-hmm.
in the home. I've got kids, man. I gotta feed these kids. Boys at that. I mean,
Yeah.
2 boys, and because you, as a woman, as my wife, uh, you valued security.
Yes.
Security was a big thing for you. Is a big thing for you.
And I was talking about quitting my corporate job.
Yes.
I
Yes.
couldn't do it no more.
Because no, you know what? And here's the thing, right?
I forgot to mention that part. I forgot that was right
Yes.
at the same time.
I
Yeah.
was right at the same time.
It
So then when
was.
we're talking about, because then you
Yeah.
eventually did.
I absolutely did.
She eventually did and homeschooled our sons pretty much their entire
Yeah,
education
but
experience.
I did, but directly. Remember, I was working there, and I was full time at this point, though, when we were about to start our businesses.
Mm,
And I was talking about leaving, and I said, okay, in order for me to leave, I need to still have some kind of income, some kind of side hustle,
yeah.
some kind of something, which I've always done anyway. But I wanted to not necessarily supplement my income that I was bringing in, but I wanted to feel like I was still putting something in, if that
Okay.
makes sense. Though you didn't necessarily ask me to, I felt that I needed to. I really just wanted to. I'm independent. I think that's really more of what it is. I just didn't want to not have no money. Say, hey, babe, can you give me some money? That's not me. So I
So
wanted to make sure that I had something. So I started.
wait.
I started Good Green Things.
But I got a
That's how
question
it got going.
I got a question though, right? Because I was feeling like you were saying this because you were a team player. We're the team, and you wanted to.
And then I
but
said, but I'm independent.
like
What?
that was a letdown. I was feeling all good about it, right?
No.
I was feeling like, wow,
I'm
she
not even
really
gonna
wanted.
give you that one. I gave you that you smart. You ain't taking my independence. No.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're not independent.
No. I understand. I'm saying I want that full credit though.
You can
Because I
have that.
started it.
But no. There's 2 different things, right? Being independent and being a team player.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that you can't be a team player because you're independent.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, all right. I'll make sure we agree because I'm.
Don't read into it. I started the business so that I could have some money. I didn't want to not have anything.
So you wanted to have your own money.
I just said don't read into it. And see, we're gonna argue right here. So anyway, started the business, Good Green Things, e-commerce, and did really well. Especially that first year.
Yeah.
Because soon after, by July, I quit the job.
Yep.
And I wanted to make sure that things still kind of flowed the same that I was used to it flowing.
Yeah.
So, but of course, by that point, we'd already started another business.
That's right. Now, let me say this because I talked about that fear, right?
Mhm.
That element of fear to go
Yeah.
into stepping out. Because the other thing is that I got to answer to you, right? You're going to ask me, what are you doing to provide for us, for
Yeah.
your wife and your kids, right? But I'm gonna tell you the thing that really, because you asked me what was my thoughts initially. The
Yeah.
thing that really motivated me for Green Room Entertainment was your support. Like you bought in 100%. And I didn't think that any of the other things that I thought to do, right? I mean, you hear the stories, right? The husband always got an idea, some grand scheme or something that he wants to work out. But you believed in Green Room Entertainment.
Absolutely. I believed in us. And when I left my job, that's what I told my boss. It is. On my last day, or not even on my last day, I actually told her beforehand that I was betting on me. I'm
Yeah.
betting on me and my family, and that's why I'm leaving this job.
Yeah.
It was too stressful. So the goal was to not have to have a boss. Let me be the boss.
And she is the boss.
And also do our own thing in our own way and be able to experience life as entrepreneurs and give services, have a business, blah, 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 and all the things that comes with it. But yeah,
Did you hear me say that she is the
that I'm the
boss?
boss, as it should be, sir.
So,
As it
anyway,
should
wow.
be. As it should be.
Yeah. So, okay. How did I don't know, when we stepped out there, right?
Yeah,
And we started doing it.
we did.
How did it work out?
I mean, it actually worked out really well. I never felt like it was slow at first
Okay.
or anything. The hardest part for me was learning the business part of it.
Mm,
I didn't know as much about entertainment. I knew about photography. My
right.
father is a photographer.
hmm
And then doing the business with him, I know very much about business because it's very much my background.
Yeah.
But as far as a full-fledged business on our own, and then including our sons and working together, that was all pretty fresh and new.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter. I was going full on head first. And once we started, it just kind of started growing and sprouting.
Yeah.
It was a lot of research.
Wow.
We talked a lot of research,
A lot of research.
some
Yeah.
learning curves.
Yes. 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 And because what we deal in is technology heavy, right?
Yes,
There's a lot of technology,
which changes a lot.
which changes a lot. So then you think you know something, but you know what? Next week it changes.
Yeah.
Next week you don't know anything.
Yeah.
So you have to always stay learning, stay
Yeah.
researching, and it took a lot, and I still do now.
We still do. I don't think we will always be learners, though.
Always,
I think
always.
students of life, students of our business,
Yeah,
so on and so forth. That's not a bad thing. That's a great thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm constantly learning, and and it's funny because I study the same things over and over again.
Make sure it's there.
Yeah, I do. It's I don't know, maybe. I don't know. There may be
you
something
enjoy it.
said about that.
That's the other part about it. You enjoy it. So being able to look through it, read through it, and then a couple days later come back to it, I actually
Yeah.
do the same thing.
hmm
And sometimes I'll find some of the same research, like, oh, I read that already, or
Yeah.
oh, I saw this. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay, and then sometimes I'll summarize it just to make sure that I got it before I move on.
Okay.
So I do the same thing, but I think that's a good thing. Again, it's studying, it's being a learner,
Yeah.
it's being a student.
A student.
Yeah.
A student. I am a student.
Yeah.
Always studying, always learning. So how what did you think, or how did you think it was going to work? I mean, in terms of we're married and we're going to work together in business. I mean, wait a minute now. I answered my question. Now I feel like I'm going back to ask that first question.
Hey.
What were your initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts was, let's go, let's do it.
Okay. All right. But did you have any kind of reservation?
Nope.
No, wait now. Wait. You answered
On the
that.
business?
No.
Oh.
I'm talking about you and I working together.
Working together with you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. My reservation was one thing, really. I don't know if we're really gonna get along, spend all this time together. He probably gonna get on my nerves.
Yeah.
But we had worked kind of together.
Yes.
Our corporate job, we worked in the same building.
Right.
We didn't do the same thing, but we worked in the same building.
In the same building.
So we saw each other decently often, not necessarily every day, but most days out the week.
Now, while we did not see each other very often, I often heard Kenya laughing and giggling through the floor.
It was the echo of the building. It didn't have
She was on a whole nother floor.
What's it called? Padding.
And I could hear
insulation.
She was on a whole other floor. And I could hear her laughing.
It was the insulation was faulty or something.
Really?
Yes.
Did she?
That's what it was.
But I mean, a beautiful laugh, right? At least I thought so. I don't know about anyone else in the building.
I mean, you got to keep things funny, especially in a stressful situation.
Yeah.
It's better to laugh it through than to be mad at somebody or, and so on and so forth. So I just found ways to bring in the joy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so
So
yeah,
I didn't care that you could hear me all the way down. So it didn't matter to me at all.
you didn't care that anybody could hear you.
Sure
That
did not.
everyone could hear you. You did not care.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right. So time. Yeah, I really thought, I also thought that, working together, I would have, because I like to work in peace.
Yes.
I like to work in peace. And what I mean by that is, sometimes I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes I don't want to be bothered.
Sometimes I'm just in my groove.
Yeah. And you
It's
call
probably better
me,
not to bother me.
you call me in the middle of something and I'm like,
Yeah.
can you tell that I'm
Yes. We can all tell that. That was something I didn't really know about you because we hadn't worked together like that. Yeah, I didn't know that he could cut his eye, folks. I didn't know that, but he can. But I just let it slide sometimes. Don't be looking at me like that. What's wrong with you? Why you frowning?
well, because you break the groove,
But how am I
you
supposed
know,
to know you broke the groove? That I broke the groove?
because you
I
feel the
just
same
know.
way.
Well,
When something
yes,
happens to you,
yes, but I don't know necessarily when you're in your groove. You're just working. Your work looks the same as your groove. So how am I supposed to know?
wait, what?
If you're working at your desk,
Yes.
it looks the same as if when you're in your groove.
Okay, so you can't tell. What you're saying is, if I'm humping on something and I'm
Yes,
just going,
if you're working, I mean, you don't type any faster just because you're in your groove. It's all here,
yeah.
and you're frowning and you're concentrated. So
I don't frown.
okay, so you frown and you concentrated. But the thing about it is, it looks the same. So how am I supposed to know? I just go ahead and break it.
Okay.
It just is what it is. We just deal with it later.
I mean, because yeah, I don't know. I really thought that it was going to be tough. We're in each other's face all the time.
And especially once you left the job.
Right, right. Because then, I made the decision to bet on us too,
Yeah.
and
And we were at home.
yeah,
He had an area, I had an area.
because this was before we opened the studio.
Yes. So everything was in our living room. Then we had our offices,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
was our office. We had to share the office.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So, I mm. but no, okay. So it really didn't turn out as bad as I thought.
No, it did not.
Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Now,
No, it did
I
not.
I
Our
recognize,
fear was unnecessary.
yeah, our fear was definitely unnecessary, unfounded fear,
We didn't
because
really have any issues at all, actually.
none at all.
A little cut eye, a little side eye. Never hurt nobody. It's all right.
Yeah, yeah,
Now I just kind of walk in and say, hey, you busy? You too busy? I can come back. Sometimes I can't come back. I'm like, okay, let me ask you this real quick. Then I try to be out. But yeah.
and then I just roll my eyes.
But it's okay. You'll get back to it. You get back to your groove. I'll be like, okay, write down what you was just doing.
Yeah,
So yeah, I try to remember it back. But it's okay.
yeah,
That is very minor considering we could have been arguing, which is what we thought was going to happen.
yeah.
We could have been fighting and having attitudes all the time, which is, again, what we thought was going to happen. Both of us.
Now, I will say, working together like this,
Yes.
as a married couple, it's not for everyone.
No, it's not. It probably isn't.
It's not for everyone. I mean, um,
Or even as a family, we got to include the guys.
That's right. That's right. So our sons work with us, and yeah, that can be a challenge too.
Yeah. But everyone in the beginning was totally in.
Everyone.
Nobody said no. We were all like, yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
We sat down as a family. We had a nice little family meeting. One of our first family meetings,
Yeah.
actually. We sat down as a family. We said, okay, we need some names. All right, so what are some things that we want to do? What are some ideas? We started jotting things down, and we were just flowing.
Flowing.
And so it was actually a beautiful sight, actually.
Yeah, yeah. You talked about having started it in during COVID.
Yes.
And one of the things that that made it, I guess I want to say catapulted us in Green Room Entertainment, was the fact that during COVID, a lot of churches shut down.
Yes.
You know, um, and you know what, we do a lot of work for churches, and there was one church that we decided we were going to help because the pastor was actually just live streaming on his Facebook page with his cell phone.
Yeah.
You know, so we felt like it'd be a good challenge to come in there and help them
Yes.
out. And so we took our equipment, and we were really just starting out then, right?
Yes.
And so we really
We
didn't
had
have
gimbals. Yeah.
yes, yeah, it was the gimbals in our cell phones.
That's what we started with. That's correct.
Yeah, and it was what was amazing is because
They were Christmas gifts.
they were, and we were sitting in the church. I had my laptop, and the boys had their phones on their gimbals, and they were roaming around the sanctuary taking all these shots. And I was actually, and it was all wireless. That was really
It
cool.
was wireless. Yeah.
That was really cool. It was wireless. So, and I was just completely fascinated
I was too.
by everything that we were able to accomplish with that. And then the pastor says, "Hey, you can do whatever you want." He let us do
Free reign.
whatever we wanted to do, and we had so much
Perfect
fun.
training, though. It was perfect training for what we wanted to do, and then it allowed us to dream more. I think.
Yes,
Because it's like, okay, well, this is really all we had expected to do. Well,
Right.
now we know we can do it. It didn't take nothing to do that. Well, now let's grow. Let's do something bigger.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, those were great times, great times.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. Now let me ask you this, because we have to learn how to work together.
Yes.
What are some ways you think that we can do that, or how do you think that we should? How do we work
Well,
together?
I think for us, it was really natural.
Okay.
What we did not know was God had kind of set us up along the way.
Oh man.
We didn't realize it until probably a good year in, maybe
Yeah.
even. I remember when we first started and I saw the guys walking around with their cell phones, and I noticed how steady their hands were.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, that thing is not doing all the work. This little thing attachment is not doing all that work. But then, later I realized why they were so steady. But they had worked in food service.
Mhm.
So having to carry trays and that kind of
Yeah.
thing made their hands steady, which was perfect for photography, for videography. It was perfect for that. And also just having customer service skills.
Right.
With them working in food service, we had worked in business, so customer service skills.
That's right. I worked as a training coordinator. And that translates into the consultation that we do. So we'll do a lot of training and consultation, and then we do installation. So, and once we install something, we got to train them how to use it, right?
This is also true.
So yeah, I mean, and so
Yeah.
so what you're saying is God set us up. It was like
He did.
He gave us jobs that were curated. I like that term, curated.
Yes. That would allow us to do and be who we are today.
Yeah.
And we didn't even see it coming.
Right.
We didn't see it coming. What we also didn't see coming was when we were down to one car.
Oh.
So 4 drivers, 4 cars, and we were down to 1.
And 4 jobs.
4 jobs.
5 jobs.
Actually, you worked 2 at the time.
5 jobs.
5 jobs. So this is going into our business. So the frustrations that we thought that we would have had probably at the beginning stages of our business, we actually had during the time of
Yes.
the one car.
Yeah. I mean, because
it was like it all kind of just worked itself out.
Yeah. I mean, man, that was
frustrating.
that was rough. That was really rough. I mean,
That was rough.
everyone had a different work schedule.
Yes.
And like you said, I had 2 jobs at that time.
Different shifts.
I had to wait for somebody to come pick me up.
Yeah.
You're talking about being frustrated. That was tough.
There were times where it was no point in going home. Like you just stay out in town.
Yeah.
Until you had to drop the next person off or pick the next person up or go to work yourself and that kind of thing. So a schedule, a tight schedule
yeah.
is really what we worked on, which again only helped us in business.
That's right. And then communicating. I mean,
Yes.
you got to, when you have that schedule and things change, we've got to communicate. We've got to be able to,
Yeah.
share the information with each other so that, we know what's going on.
So all those things and all those kind of trials and tribulations, in a sense, really ended up helping us in our business. And the things that we thought we were fearing actually had already worked out. God had already worked it out. And so then it just was smooth sailing once we got going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once we decided to start, because it was almost like a click.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah, I mean that's the amazing thing to me, right? I mean, it was like we all woke up one morning and had the same idea.
Yeah, that's really kind of how I felt. It was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this.
We sat down at the dinner table and was like, you know what I was thinking? So was I.
Mm-hmm. Even when we were planning the name of the business, the only one that I actually already had was Good Green Things. That one came to me in a dream, actually. But then the others, when we were talking about it, it's like, we were all kind of really on the same page, and it was just variations of that. And it's just a matter of choosing what we wanted. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Good times.
Yeah. Yeah. And going through those things, the wonderful thing about it is you don't know what there is to learn.
Right.
As you go through that.
That's true. You don't know. Just a little bit of fear there.
Yeah. But you know why I say that's wonderful? Because I believe that when we are going through these things, God has put us in situations so that we can learn.
Yes.
And here's the thing, he trusts us enough to learn.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I'm not going to come and train you on something if I don't believe that you're going to
do it.
Yeah, if I don't believe that you're going to do it, if I don't believe that you're going to comprehend.
I need to have faith enough to know that once I train you, you're going to take these tools and go work.
So for God to look at us and say, you know what, I think they can do this. I think they have the capacity to manage these types of situations. Then yes, I mean, God having enough faith in us to navigate through that.
Yeah, and that's why I say he set us up. Because, I mean, remember, our oldest took photography in high school.
Sure did. Sure did.
And then it ended up coming full circle.
Yeah.
This one was not into photography.
No.
It was not even a thought, really. And even videography, none of it was a thought. But remember, I said...
Wait. Go ahead.
Remember, I said that my father was a photographer.
Right.
And so being able to see it come back around full circle, it's pretty cool.
So...
Considering this is not what you trained for. Right. You trained for accounting.
Right. So I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you, but while we were going through some of the equipment that we have at the house, and I came across an old video camera, camcorder, right? And I took video. Remember when the oldest was born?
I knew that's where you were going. Yes.
Yes. And I took these. So what I did was I tried to document. I tried to document the experience because we had to get up like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. We're not going to tell that story. So he tried to document the experience of our sons being born with a camera.
Yes.
I try to pretend like that never happened.
Come on now. It was a...
Come on now. I was pregnant and giving birth. I was not trying to have you do that now. Let's just be honest. No, I did not.
But when I look back at it, here's what I'm saying.
And I won't look back at it.
When I look back at it, I saw the effort in, trying to document and trying to be dramatic with it all. I mean, I was narrating and fading in and fading out and doing all things as much as I could with that little.
That's a good point. You did try.
Listen to me now.
Now, I mean, I can only agree because I only saw like 10 minutes of it. I refuse to watch the rest, even to this day. So look, again, it was a pregnancy moment. You took that piece away because I didn't want that to happen anyway. Because you did it and I told you no, but you did it anyway, which is why we're not going to discuss it. So, but the point that you did a video for those times,
yes,
I would have to agree that there was at least some interest.
There was a little bit.
There you go. All right. So finding ways for us to grow and finding services for us to do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of photographers where we live.
Yeah.
So being able to stand out and do something different.
Right.
but also be with the times. You know, everything today, everybody's got cell phones and cameras, and there's cameras everywhere. You don't even have to say, oh, let me take your picture. You don't even have to do that no more. You walk through the mall and people got their
Yeah.
And they got their camera and they're following somebody,
That's right.
and that's just how it is. That's the day that we live in today. So
Right.
being able to find ways to grow our business and continue to make money in these areas was a challenge. I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it was a challenge. And finding ways that our talents and even our backgrounds could complement the new services that we wanted to offer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, our talents. Because you listen, what y'all don't know, and Kenya hasn't said this, right? So I'm gonna have to say this on her behalf, okay? But Kenya got a voice that is like butter. She, I mean, like a singing voice. You know what I mean? Like she could sing songs that that make the angels jealous. You know what I mean?
I think he's trying to be funny, y'all. That's not true.
And so, like she needs to record an album, don't you?
So finding new ways, studying and research, doing marketing, not my background.
Oh no, yeah,
Not my background. Working on social media, advertising, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big learning curve for me because first off, I was hardly even on social media
right
before we started this business, and I had to be on social media because of our business, and then try to tell myself, okay, have I posted this week? Okay, let me see, let me post something, but it wasn't a thought. And at that time, I could really care less, honestly. It was just enough to say, hey, I'm on social media. Hey, family and friends, I'm here. And that's about how much until my birthday month. Then everybody heard me, then I disappeared.
Her birthday month. Man, can we not hear enough about her birthday month?
I mean, because it's this week.
It is this week. It is this week. Happy birthday.
You better put some happiness on it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So by the time that they hear this podcast, my birthday would have passed. But this week is my birthday, and I share a birthday with quite a few people that are celebrities.
Yes.
That makes me extra special.
See, some people don't.
Martin Luther King was born. I was born on his birthday, actually. Though we celebrated on the third Monday of the month, he was actually born January 15th.
Okay.
Okay, another person who's more in my age range, Regina King. Her birthday is that same day.
So wait a minute. Are we just gonna call out folks?
I just thought I'd share a few. There's more. You want me to keep going?
No. That's enough. Enough.
And my birthday is January 15th. And I'm super excited.
She is excited. You know what? And I'm excited for you. You are getting another year older.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm still older than you.
Yes. But the good thing about it is that we enjoy, or I can't say we. I enjoy getting older. I enjoy that God's giving me grace to get older.
Yeah.
That's the other piece. That's probably more of why I celebrated so hard. Because some people don't make it to the age, some people don't make it to 50.
Right.
But being able to make it there and go further is always a blessing. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Okay, but we weren't supposed to talk about my birthday.
No, we weren't. That was all you. That was all you.
I mean, how could I not?
I mean, I just sort of checked out on this one because,
I tried to keep it simple. I tried.
So anyway.
I could have blown a horn and had some.
Moving on. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the things that we could do to encourage ourselves and others when you're married and in business together? What are some of the things we can do?
Keeping Jesus first. That's definitely one.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Not only with the marriage, but personally.
Yeah.
You need to keep him first for you personally, and then
in
together
your life.
In the marriage. Yes. So, because the relationship with Jesus is a personal relationship.
There you go.
What's another one?
I know. keeping the marriage and the business separate.
Keeping it separate. Has to be separate.
So if I disagree with you on the business side, doesn't mean I disagree with you in the marriage.
Correct. And if you upset me and got me with an attitude, I can't take that to business.
Right.
Can't have the client seeing that.
Yeah. Because some folk do a better job at having attitudes than others.
You? Oh yeah, you definitely have a better attitude than me.
I have a better attitude.
Yeah.
Thank you. You hear what she
Yeah.
said? I have a better attitude than she does.
But you didn't see me look at the camera. No.
I have a better attitude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So can I ask a question, right?
No.
I do want to ask this
Go
question.
ahead.
Yeah. The question is, do men do a better job at that than women?
I don't know.
You know what? I'm sorry. Can we play a game?
Yes.
You play a game?
Yes.
All right. So, because we were talking about, do men do better at compartmentalizing these things, right? So then your feelings about home are different from your feelings about work. Anyway, so let's play this game.
Okay.
And we'll play this game every once in a while. And it is called, what is it called? Who Does It Better? Yay! Okay. Who does it better? All right. So here's another thing we want to encourage you guys to do, right? So then
Play
what we're gonna
games.
do, play games, right? So this game, who does it better? I'm gonna bring up an activity or something and decide who does it better. Okay. We'll keep it real simple this time. But let's see, what about driving? Who's a better driver?
You like to say it's you, but I think it's me.
Whoa. Whoa. Hold on. Wait a minute. Didn't we just spend, I'm sorry, see, I wasn't ready for this one, right? I wasn't ready for this nonsense. Didn't we just spend $900 on your brakes alone on your car?
We did. Your point is?
My point is, you can't tell me that you are a better driver and I got to spend, because you know what? I spent $900.
That could have just been anybody's car.
No.
You just
Hold
need
on.
the brakes redone.
Hold on. I spent $900 on your brakes. And wasn't it not too long prior to then? Because remember when you came up, you said, I need my brakes fixed. Yes, you do.
Well, it wasn't just me. Since you brought it up, I was the only one driving my car.
But wait a minute. No, because not too long ago, I spent another $800 on your brakes.
And look, I wasn't the only one driving my car. I have a heavy foot. It is what it is.
Okay, so that means that you're not the better driver. Moving on.
We're not supposed to argue about it. We just said who does it better. All right, so Kitty's a better driver. There. You feel better?
I just feel better. I know it. There's nothing to feel better about. I just because you agree doesn't make me feel any better. I already knew it. It was the truth in the beginning. So anyway, another
Next
one.
question.
Next one.
Oh, I'm supposed to do it. Look, I'm just dancing, waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, who has better handwriting?
Oh man.
Go ahead, answer.
I hate to write. I do. I hate it.
You don't even try, though.
I know it.
I mean, the chicken scratch of it all.
It's a shame. I should be ashamed of myself.
Yeah.
That my handwriting.
Because I don't even think that you can read your own handwriting, can you? I didn't think so. I didn't think so.
Okay, no, I can't. It's bad. It's bad. So that's why I got to type everything.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty proficient on my phone. So yeah. Anyway, I'm terrible at it. Terrible at writing. So you probably have. And you know what? Honestly, I don't even know what your handwriting looks like. To be honest with you, I know what your signature looks
like.
Married
26 years. You have no idea what my handwriting looks like.
Don't know.
27 this month.
Don't know. Anyway, all right. So let's get back to the
What tips. I can say is, at least your children write better.
Not than me. No.
Oh yes, they do.
No.
You have the worst handwriting out of the four of us.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
No. Oh, we don't have time. Oh man, I don't believe you said that.
Oh yeah, no. So sorry.
Oh no.
We'll have to take a vote.
Ooh, okay. See, you done struck. Can we move on?
I'm not sure why there's a nerve struck. You should already know this answer. Next, what's another one?
No, we
All right,
done.
you got one, I got one.
We done
What's another
playing the
one?
game. We done playing the game because move on.
Who's a better cook?
Is that a trick?
No, it's not a trick. Who do you think? Who's a better cook?
Okay, so I think I'm a better cook.
You are a better cook. See? I did that on purpose so you could have one to
Yeah,
move
okay.
your nerves along.
Whatever. Get off of me.
So you won't stay focused on that one. Yes,
Move
you're a better
on.
cook.
Move on. Move on. So do we do a good job, right? Do we do a good job at keeping the business and marriage separate?
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay. I think so too.
Oh, I was about to say.
I do. You know, and listen, people, I'm a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm a lot to deal with.
I'm not gonna let that one slide. That's the truth.
I'm a lot to deal with. I realize that. I don't mean no harm, you know, and it's fun to deal with me.
Also, I'm not gonna let that one slide. It is not always fun dealing with you. It is not.
Wow.
But we do keep the marriage and business separate, so that's a good thing.
You make me sound like a monster or
you
something.
You put it out there. You also put that out there.
I'm
Go
not,
right ahead.
I'm not a monster.
You on your own.
Anyway, but look, I think working together, some of the things that we would have to do is everybody's got to figure out what their lane is.
True.
And stay in that lane.
Yeah, stay in that lane. What happens at work stays at work.
Yeah.
What happens in our marriage stays in our marriage.
That's
and
right.
The two need to be separate.
That's right.
Because if they fall in, it's just one big mess.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
I think the other thing that we would have to do, just like in the marriage, you got to figure out where your strengths and weaknesses
Strengths and weaknesses.
And once you identify what the strengths and weaknesses are, you got to play towards your strengths.
Yeah. Because the thought process, hopefully, is that whatever your strength is may be my weakness. So then I need to let you play to your strength, and I need to let go of what that weakness is for me. And then vice versa.
So that's why in the very beginning, people, I said that she is the boss because I've got to let her be the boss.
Yeah.
If I don't, then I get us in trouble.
We won't have a business.
I will get us in trouble. I do because my problem is I want to help everyone. Yeah. That's just my big heart. I just love everybody.
It's not a bad deal. It's not a bad thing.
So then if someone asks me for
balance, though,
I want to give the world away.
Yeah, no. And that's a quick no.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people know me, so they'll come to me, right? A lot of people feel like,
and then you have to say what?
I got to say, you got to talk to my business manager.
You can say, talk to my wife. I'm still going to be that business manager. It's all right.
My wife is the business manager.
Because we started the business. That's what it is. It is what it is. We start the business and we can help, but this is also a for-profit business.
That's right. That's right. So,
yes.
So there it is. I think it's gone, ain't it?
Yeah, it did. Let's share.
So you're going to have to use mine too. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah.
Finding a balance.
Finding a balance. Finding that.
I think that took us a bit.
It did. Oh, and I still have a hard time.
Yeah, that took us a bit. I had have a hard time not working. So finding a balance to do things other than work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I love it so much. So, it is what it is. But finding a balance needs to be in all things, really. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that way you're not stressed out and overwhelmed in any of it.
That's right. And you know what? So you say finding a balance, finding what your strengths and weaknesses are. Yes. Basically, all we're really saying, you got to be intentional in making it work.
True.
Right. You have to be intentional.
The business and your marriage.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So now we make sure that we do things together.
Yes, even in our busy life.
Our life is busy.
Yeah, pretty busy.
Busy. So, but we still go out on dates.
Yes.
And sometimes they got to be spontaneous. But I'm going to tell you what, you're the hardest person to do something spontaneous with.
I like a plan. It's okay though. It's not a bad thing. I like a plan. So to surprise me can be difficult. To be spontaneous can also be difficult. But I will still do it. I don't even fuss about it.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
just getting me out of my groove and finding the time.
yeah. But then you no, you do. I don't know. You
I
fuss about it.
don't.
You fuss about it. It's always.
Yes.
I mean, you got 1,000 questions, and it's
It's not
always
fussing. Asking questions is not the same. Right?
I mean,
Just because you're aggravated by my question doesn't mean that it's I'm not fussing. Just because you're aggravated by the questions does not make me fussing. It does not make it wrong. You
okay.
just don't want the questions asked.
All right. Getting back to
That's what you
we've
get for
got to
bringing
be
it up.
we've got to be intentional. We've got to be intentional. We've got to do
Yes.
everything that we can. We have to say that we are going to do this.
Yes.
We are going to do this. You know, real quick, we had that. Remember, we were in that marriage. What was it? Marriage group, married
Yes.
couples group,
Mhm.
and there was a challenge. The month of October, I remember it was several years back, but the month of October, we had to do a
Yeah.
date every day for at least 30 minutes.
30 days.
30
minutes or
days.
something like
Yes,
that. Yeah. I
yes.
don't remember exactly the details, but yeah.
Yeah.
It gave a challenge because it also had a money.
Yes. There was a prize at the end.
Yes, there was a prize at the end, but it had rules. So
Yeah.
it had to be for every day.
hmm
It had to be
At least 30 minutes.
at least 30 minutes, and it had to be a certain amount of money that you could spend. You
That's
couldn't
right.
spend over.
Like $2 and
Yeah,
change,
you could spend
right?
under, but you couldn't spend over.
Right. Yeah.
And you had to show receipts.
Yes. And then we had to post it on social media.
And we had to post it on social media. That's right. And there
Yeah.
was something else.
So, anyway, I didn't want to do it at first because I could not see how we could pull it off. I mean, I was working 2 jobs at that
True.
time, right? This is before we started Green Room Entertainment.
Yeah,
However,
that's when you were fussy.
yeah, I was a handful then. And then but you said, hey, we got to do this. And
Well, not only for our marriage, we wanted to make sure that we could do it,
yeah,
But that's the whole point of the challenge.
yes, yes.
Everything that you fussed about really made it more
Yeah.
that we needed to do the challenge.
Well, when it was all said and done, I was truly, truly grateful that you insisted that we did it.
Yeah,
Because to fast forward to the end,
we
right?
won.
We won. We won. And so that was really, really great.
Yeah. Being creative, though, on having a date and that quality time on $2 or less
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
ooh,
But I mean,
it took some thought.
it did. And it let me know, it helped me to realize that you know what, no matter how busy I get, right, I can and have to find the time to spend with you,
Correct.
to help nurture our relationship, our marriage.
And it doesn't have to be anything extravagant.
Right.
That was the other thing.
Yeah.
I think we think about, let's date, let's go out to eat, let's spend all this money.
hmm
Doesn't have to be a lot of money at all. Doesn't even have to leave the house.
Like when we go to your favorite restaurant and you spend $200 and
Easy. But that's not the point. Those are special dates. But the other dates, the whole point of that is the quality time of it all.
yes.
So even if you don't spend any money and it's a free date, the whole point is making that time for your spouse.
Yeah. Making the time.
Yeah.
Making
And
the
at
time.
that time, you just couldn't see it because of all your jobs and
Yeah.
all that we do in our life.
That's right.
But actually, our life really hasn't changed very much as far as being busy.
I think it's a little more now than it was then. It's maybe twice as much
It
now.
might be.
But that
It trained us
it did.
because now we don't have to have those problems and you don't fuss about it.
Right. I don't. Maybe I'm a different person. I done
Look at that.
growed up a little
Yeah,
bit.
we actually did the challenge 3 times.
We did. We won the first 2
hmm
and then came second place on the third one.
Yeah, I don't know if it was was it in that order?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yep. It was in that order. I remember.
Okay. Yeah, it
Told
was
you I'm
pretty cool. I would love to
Smart.
just to
It's a
do it
lot.
again. I don't know, we might be banned from it because we kept winning, but it was really cool. And it was a lot of couples that did it with us. That was the other thing. So yeah, I appreciate it. I really did.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I tell you what. I mean,
We're down to our life lessons.
yeah, life lessons.
Mhm.
Yes, life lessons. And listen, the life lessons, basically what we're talking about, the lessons that we have learned, the lessons that we all can learn
Yes.
as we navigate through life, as we navigate through our marriage.
Yes.
Through, what was it? Love, life, and laughter.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so the first thing is what?
Put Jesus first,
That is
keeping
correct.
Jesus first. He's got to be, I've made him the head of my life, right? And so, and that's separate from you.
That is correct. And we said that already, but look, to reiterate it, won't hurt nobody.
That's right.
Because here's the thing, having a marriage, and though we're one, God still looks at the individual heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
So being able to have your own prayer life, your own study life,
That's it.
and then bring it to us,
Mhm.
and then I do the same, only builds our marriage. It builds our strength with God, and
That's
so
right.
on and so forth.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? What's the next life?
Work hard, play harder.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We still have to plan our next vacation.
We
though.
do. We
So-
worked hard all year long in
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah.
We went on small little trips.
Yeah, little micro vacations.
Yes, micro vacations. But we didn't do a large vacation like we
Yeah.
normally do.
Yeah.
So this year's the year, right, babe?
This is the year.
Yeah,
This is
I
the year.
agree.
So, we're gonna be out of town.
Yes. Work hard, play harder.
Yeah.
And it's not just play hard, it's play harder.
Play
because
harder.
your whole point is being able to live the life that you want to live.
Yeah,
One of the reasons why people are entrepreneurs.
that's right.
Mhm.
That's right. And then was it just the last one?
Mhm.
The last one. Be intentional.
Be intentional.
Be intentional. Do it on purpose. Make it work on purpose. Make it come together on
Yeah.
purpose. Make it be successful
Yes.
on purpose.
What is it?
what is it? Your marriage.
Thank you. I just want to make sure you say it. Yes. Your marriage. Make sure that your marriage, be intentional about your marriage,
Yeah,
even in working together.
that's right. Even when we work together.
Yeah, because that's not the same quality time. Don't get it twisted.
Oh,
It is not the same quality time.
man, I wish you
as
said
it-
that earlier.
I know. I wish I had that. I say it. It's not the same. And so being able to separate it, which is why we said that so many times
Yeah.
in this podcast, being able to separate the two so that you can have a great marriage, not even just a good one, but a great marriage.
A great
And
marriage.
also a great business.
It's amazing. You talk about how difficult I am, right? That's
You
what-
are. But that's why
But-
God gave you me.
And yet, we have a great marriage.
We do. We do.
Yeah.
I agree.
So anyway, that's how I see.
You want to close us out?
Yeah, we can do that. Look, we want to thank you guys for joining us on the Marriage Be Like podcast. We're talking about life, love, and what
I know all things in between.
all between things in between. But our biggest goal is to make sure that we do everything that we can to encourage you, to help
Yeah.
you grow your marriage. And if you're working together in business like we are, we want to help encourage you in that respect as well.
Yeah.
Because you can grow in business, because marriage be like that.
Yes.
Marriage be like that. Now listen, you will listen to us on Envision Radio. And we're glad that you're joining us. And please come back every Thursday at 4 p.m.
Yes, Eastern time.
3 p.m. Central Time. Now, if you missed us on envision-radio.com,
That's correct.
envision-radio.com, right?
Yes.
If you missed us there, then you can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or just come to our website at marriagebelike.com. All right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll look forward to seeing you there at marriagebelike.com,
Yes.
or check us out here again on Envision Radio.
Absolutely. Check us out in Envision Radio.
Yes, yes. We want to thank
4 o'clock Thursdays.
4 o'clock Thursdays. Yes, Eastern.
Eastern time. Yes.
Yes. Listen, make sure that you make your marriage successful and great on purpose,
On purpose.
and keeping Jesus first and
Yeah.
foremost in it.